Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome, welcome. This is the collaboration put on by Bourbon Creek Crafts, who is Beth here on YouTube, and it's Smash Our Stash. Smash Our Stash has a theme every month. It's not about buying things, it's about digging in and using stuff up. This month is scraps, and I could have gone any direction. I have patterned paper, I have cardstock, I have tissue boxes. I didn't get into the fabric, which makes me a little sad. That's a whole other category. But I had a great time, and many times I sit down and die cut a lot of sentiments. And I started with that because, believe it or not, I was a little low on joy. I was sending cards and I wanted to put them in and I didn't have any. And I know a lot of people don't have the 2-layer dies, so I try and send those out. I thought about what projects do I have coming up? You know, one thing leads to another. These collaborations are great because they inspire you to approach things differently than you would. And I don't like the super obscure, find 3 items in your craft room and then make a project type collaborations, because I'd spend a month looking for the items. Give me a category and send me on my way. I used up some weird things. This was a Kleenex box. And look at these cute little circles. I love how they came out. They were one big die that has 6 circles. And when you cut them out of a Kleenex box, you're getting different patterns because it's different areas on the box. So I have these for later and for layering. This was scraps of everything. I kind of went free. This was a pie box. This is going to be good. This will be a super cute tuck spot or pocket in a journal down the road. You're going to see this somewhere. Later this month, I'm going to use this Catherine Pooler paper, and I wanted to play with these dies. Last year, Rhonda sent me really cool dies, and a whole bunch of them have still been sitting on my counter in a box, and I kept saying I was going to play with those. So I pulled them out, and I had an open pad of paper that had some scraps, and I cut some of this paper up. So when I work on this paper later this month, I'm going to have these to play with. And then these are from a Kleenex box, and the colors are pretty close, so I threw them in there. So we have those. And if you're looking at this die or this one right here, they came out of a large die of the month, December 2021. And that was some of the cool stuff Rhonda sent me. Okay, then I don't know how I got there, but I did a bunch of sentiment ones, and these take a while because you're die cutting twice and then you're gluing the layers. So great for watching TV. And if you lose the dot for the joy or a letter, don't worry about it. Put some bling there later or a tiny enamel dot. You'll be fine. Then I thought, you know what? I haven't made more cards for the dog rescue, and I really want to do that. So I got out all my dog stamps and dies and just went crazy. And some of these, the back of the paper is really ugly. I mean, I was trying to use things right, so don't worry. I have tags that say BFF and are embossed on them. And I have some dies that say love and have paws. And I have a million little dogs. Some of them are die cut. Some of them I stamped first. This one I stamped a dark brown on a light brown paper and then die cut. This guy, maybe he's not the most attractive, but he's supposed to be kind of cartoony, so it's okay. So this one, I put them all in this container because they're tiny. Woof and bones and just a whole bunch of tiny little dies cut out of maybe some strange papers in some cases. Then in the pet stuff, I moved into a different pet set that I have. This is one of those Tuesday morning amazing deals. $4. It was a possum set is what it's called, by Jilly Bean Soup Hampton Art. I started making little scenes. You know, one thing leads to another. So first I was cutting dog houses out of scraps, and look at this paper. This paper's been annoying me forever. It is so ugly. So I used it to make dog houses. If you have a limited stash, or maybe you've just been looking at papers thinking, what am I going to do with that? This is kind of a good project for that. So I made some dog houses, and then I decorated the tops a little, and these were stamped paws and then die cut. And I honestly never used that little set, I don't think, of stamps and dies. Then I decided we needed some grass. So I just took a green scrap and started cutting and made my grass. I know that my neighbor has those dyes that make grass for you. So when she wakes up, I'm probably going to hit her up and get some more of that, because yes, you can absolutely do this. It got a little tedious, but did turn out cute, didn't it? And I could put it with that one, or I could move it, or I could, make more and do that. I just thought it'd be really fun. Now, let's be honest, my dogs aren't going to sit outside in the grass, but whatever. Another way to do that is to just cut like a swoop or a straight line or something and put a piece on the front of your card. So where I was going with these is preparing the scene for the front of the card. A card's going to come together really nicely if you already have all these parts. Super cute for trash, right? This is trash, you guys. Then I had some freebie paper that was sort of an artistic smeary thing. I die cut all these dogs, and then it's kind of like a litter, right? It's like a litter of puppies. Like they're all a little different, but kind of the same. This would be fun out of some of our artsier, like modeled. That's the only thing I can think of for the coloring, how it changes a little, or like a variegated paper. So I might do some more of those, dig through my stash and see. I have lots and lots of solids where the sections aren't very big. So the other thing I was thinking is cut some more very strange colored dogs like I have here, because if you recall the last batch of cards I made, it was a pretty bright pet pattern. And so I could take some of these and mix them in with those backgrounds of pets and use up the scraps, because that's probably where I'll head. Then I did a bunch of these die cuts of bones. And what I was thinking was they're kind of big, but here's the grass and then the bone could sit right here. I also have a die of much smaller bones, but I didn't have any cut and colors I really like because they were attached to the other dogs. So I was cutting them out of brown. But if you wanted it more scale or to fit better, I was thinking one could sit right there. So you can kind of have a little doghouse scene. And then I decorated them with paws or stars. I like the stars. I think I'll do more of those. Very, very inspiring. I mean, once you get out your scraps and a couple stamps or dies, you can just have a great time. I hope that you will dig into your stash and play along with us. Smash Our Stash is the most inspiring collab, I think. It really is, because you dig in and you use stuff. These were scraps from last year's butterfly journals, this back green with the gold, and I just didn't love the paper, and I thought, what am I going to do with it on a day-to-day basis? Well, it has some metallic and it's fun. Have fun, play with your scraps. There isn't going to be an updates video tomorrow, but I have happy mail and all kinds of amazing things to tell you about and tell you my word for 2023 and why. And I picked up for free a giant haul. So I did film that to share with you. So we'll probably have 1 or 2 videos a week in January. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.